Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. This channel is for educations and technology. So yesterday I shared a YouTube on using technology to obsolete magic stuff. And today I share a YouTube on restore the ancient short strike Wing Chun footwork or body handling, or else Wing Chun will get obsolete. So after these two videos, I have already received many messages from our Wing Chun friend. And some of our friends understand what I'm talking about. Some of our Wing Chun friends do not understand what I'm talking about. So here I want to clear this thing up for you guys so that you have a clear picture of what is going on. Now, you know what? If Bruce Lee is still alive today with us, what I'm sharing with you these few days, he will long ago share with you all. So for me, I really wish that our uncle Bruce Lee live until today and longer, so he can clear up many things. It's better for him to clear up than me, a small guy, small potato, to share what is the reality in martial art and Chinese martial arts. Now, saying that, you might say, well, you know, are you sure Bruce Lee know, and so forth? Everybody know that this is ISO change if you watch my video lately. This is a book of ISO chain. Okay? It involves a lot of scientific stuff. And guess who you find in that book? Well, the uncle Bruce Lee is using the same thing. The only difference is his ISO change do not have the scientific like today, like what I have, where thing is quantized. That is the difference. Okay? So this is high-tech but quantized. Uncle Bruce Lee doesn't have this luxuries of the high-tech, because that is almost 60 years ago. 1964, 65, today is 2020, and 2 days later is 2021. So, Bruce know about it, all this thing. And I am just sharing with you what is the reality. Now, to know about Wing Chun, we need to know about traditional Chinese martial art in a really precise and concise, accurate way. Traditional Chinese martial art in past 120 years is being in a really screw up situations. Traditional Chinese martial art today in China not even following what is traditional Chinese martial art anymore for the mainstream people. The mainstream is this Tai Chi, Fa Jing, and then all sort of stuff. Is that traditional Chinese martial art? Not according to 460 years ago. Not according to General Qi Ji Guang 460 years ago. So in the past few years, you see a Tai Chi guy fighting Xi Xiaodong, another Tai Chi guy fighting Xi Xiaodong, internal power, pressure point, all kind of stuff. But everybody lost. And still, today you see all kinds of stuff. Is that traditional Chinese martial art? Even the Chinese in China thinking there is traditional Chinese martial arts. Well, there is a big problem. Because people don't care to study. In the past 120 years, it's all my grandmaster, my secret power, secret chi, secret energy. They don't even care to read, to study. What the heck is traditional Chinese martial art is? Well, 460 years ago, General Qi Guang summarized the following few points. First point, combat, fighting is about the impulse momentum games. And the impulse momentum change from one type of momentum to another type of momentum. That's on General Qi Guang's word in today's language. That's the first point. That's what he summarized 460 years ago. So what is momentum? Well, in physics we know that momentum is mass multiplied by velocity. Okay? So it is like if I want to drive this handy gym with my body mass and my speed or my velocity in the body, I need to have that drive, okay? So if I want to drive this, I need to move my body, mass multiplied by velocity. Now when I drive that handy gym that way, which is measuring my power in the same time, is that because power is strength multiplied by velocity. So when General Qi Guang 460 years ago talked about fighting is a game of impulse momentum play, where the impulse momentum keeping changing from one type to the other type. You know it is involving the momentum and the power and the speed. Okay? And of course, you want power, you need the force or strength. That is where you need the training of the strength. That's where you see Uncle Bruce Lee have those things, the isometric training 60 years ago, some 60 years ago. Okay? So that is the momentum. You need to have the drive, the capability to handle this impulse momentum, the capability to generate this power, so that you can play the game of keeping changing momentum with momentum, because it's a game of impulse momentum or momentum games. Now, the second point is General Qi Guang said that this is a game of speed. Who fast, who win. You want to have a speed as fast as the lightning, so fast that people don't even have time to close their ear. That is the descriptions of General Qi Guang. Okay? Now, the third point General Qi Guang said, so now I use this T2 ISO trainer, which is using in MMA training today to share with you. The third key General Chi Chi Guang says that you must have a comprehensive of different range, different angle, and different level. That's how you need to play. And he said that if you don't have the comprehensive handling of the range, the angle, and the level, you're going to be loose. Because you don't know. Okay? What you don't know will get you. So there's a third point on General Chi Chi Guang. Now, the fourth point of General Chi Chi Guang is, once you know how to play the game of impulse momentum, you have to test it. To test it, see what works, what doesn't work, or what need to be improved, or what need to be get rid of. That is the teaching of General Chi Chi Guang. Today I use all those scientific tools, and the tools using in sports. Okay? You can measure the power and the momentum, because you measure the power, meaning that you have to measure your strength and your speed. And your body is moving with the speed when you generate that power. Your mass multiplied by your speed is your momentum. Now, if you look into sports, look into MMA, didn't people train this way? And you look into that 4 point I just shared with you from General Chi Chi Guang 460 years ago. Is there anything different than today, MMA and sports science? Well, we've proven today, using today's technology and science, that 460 years ago, General Chi Chi Guang is doing MMA. You need to have the body, the functional training, or else how the world are we capable to drive the thing? Okay? There is this reality. How the world are we going to be able to play or struggle in this close range? How are we going to be able to use the entire body function to go from different angle, range, level? How? So your body needs the functional training to support it. Now, where footwork come? Footwork. What is footwork? When if one not be able to drive one's body with the power and momentum, what is footwork? It's all this changing of momentum, angle, range, level can be limited in a linear and a small angle. Is that possible? Is it possible that if I never train this kind of stuff, your muscle endurance muscular endurance, your cardio endurance, your neuromuscular proficiency, that you be able to handle this kind of game? Is it possible? 460 years ago, they already know, writing in black and white. So, ask ourselves, you're standing in Iji Kamyongma until the end of the time. Can you do that? Or this is a complete different world. You have to play soft, internal until the end of your life. Can you be able to drive this at the speed you need it? Can your body integrate together at high speed? Or those things is just soft, slow, is only a beginning to activate your muscle. It's not even this. It's two different type of world. And for heaven's sake, who knows what happened in past 120 years? People keeping promoting all this nonsense, which is not even traditional Chinese martial art. You have Taoist, Qi, power, mind power, spine power. What's spine power? When you want to drive this heavy power, is it just a spine power? Mind power? If you don't have the muscle endurance, cardio endurance, you cannot do it. How many seconds can you do it? How long can you last? Can you stand there, 站桩, and have all this power? When people with those training rush into you, and people you have this training, be able to go changing in the angle, range, level. Can those momentum game being played limited in a different angle, a different range, and a linear? See, the Chinese is no longer Chinese today. Because what is taught 450 years ago is unknown. And you almost create all kinds of religions and cult. And that's why you look at Xi Xiaodong for past 3 years. What Xi Xiaodong is doing, what the Qi Ji Guang is teaching. And all those other guys not doing traditional Chinese martial arts. They're doing something else. Okay? This is the bottom line of traditional Chinese martial arts. If you don't follow this, if you don't have the techniques to handle the level, angles, and range, how are you supposed to be functioning? Can you function? Will you be able to function? Look at what the video about a week ago when Xi Xiaodong fought another Tai Chi guy. Can that guy's body function at all using this criteria of General Qi Ji Guang? You can spot it right away. No chance. Okay? So that's the reality of traditional Chinese martial art. There's no secret techniques. There's no grandmasters name dropping. There's no the oldest lineage. If one couldn't even follow the basic of General Qi Ji Guang writing 460 years ago, have no idea what it is, what are you doing? So, speaking of Chinese culture, General Qi Ji Guang is following Sun Tzu teaching. Sun Tzu, the Art of War, the classic. Because in Art of War, it talks about momentum handling. Now, in the art of war, Sun Tzu is said too. The best way you want to find out about yourself is ask your opponent, ask your competitor. Because if you ask him, you know right away where is your strength point, where is your weakness. Now, when the opponent or the competitor know your weakness, can we deny it? Can we pretend nothing happened there? Argue? Well, the more one drag, the longer one deny, the faster the entire system will going down to the tube. If you don't listen to your competitor, you're going to go down to the tube. Well, I don't like to say this today. That's why I wish that if Uncle Bruce Lee is here today, he's going to tell you this. Read about Bruce Lee's letter to Taki. Why he created his own Jeet Kune Do. Read about it, which is, I think, is a 1965 letter. Read about it. Read what he said. So, why all of this? Why I wrote this book? Well, we need to know this thing. And also we need to know what is the ancient Shaolin or ancient short strike art, what ancient Wing Chun is doing. Because obviously today we don't follow that anymore. We're using the name, but we don't follow it. Like you use the name traditional Chinese martial art, but do you follow General Chi Guang? That's why I often say the Okinawan Bubishi is more Chinese than Chinese martial art today, in general. The practice of Okinawan Bubishi is more Chinese than today's Chinese martial arts. So, we need to face that. And lucky, we still have this. We still can find it. It is technological stuff. So, this way, nobody keeping saying again, when I say one thing, you attack me. Oh, Henry, you're living in a fantasy. It is not what I'm saying. You see Bruce have done those things. You see the ancient have done those things. You see General Chi Guang have done those things. It's not what I'm saying. It is the truth. The truth, if you want to deny it, fine. Because you have the freedom. However, people deserve to know. And if you want to practice traditional Chinese martial art, practice it properly. You want to practice Wing Chun, practice it properly, according to what it is, instead of naming one thing and practice the other thing. So this is what I'd like to share with you today. I want to make this clear, so that everything is stay accurate. It's not about me. It's about the legacy of traditional Chinese martial art and Wing Chun. When this thing is not hold on to, it's unknown, you know the art is gone. No more. Finish. Like today in China, you look at how people talk. Do they still have this thing? How many people will quote you General Chi Guang or Shaolin Short Strike? How many? In the past generations, my Sifu generation, they still. Today, you look at today's, even the Chinese in China, how many? You rarely see them. So what you see is what you get. In terms of technology, in terms of sports science, this is what it is. For those who really want to face the reality, it's time to face the reality. And it's not Hendrik's way, my way, my Wing Chun. I don't have Wing Chun, I don't have way. I just pull the curtain and show you what it is with today's technology. If the body is not trained that way, you can 站桩 for your entire life. Nothing will happen. Why? Because your muscle, your bone structure, your neuromuscular connectivity, proficiency, synergy, never trained to handle high speed. Never trained for impulse momentum games. So whatever all the internal stuff, it's not even up to the level of today's sports science and MMA. So what internal? On the other hand, it's not following General Qi Qigong's teaching. So what traditional Chinese martial arts? That's called what? Movie.